is the kind of person everyone wants to be around. Her infectious joy, compassion, authenticity, and optimism impacts the lives of everyone she meets. To many, including myself, Emily is an inspiration. She is intelligent, kind-hearted, humble, and a friend to all. Throughout my 14 years of knowing Emily, there's never been a moment she didn't go out of her way to brighten my day or simply ask me how I've been. Her selfless and compassionate nature is evident through her love for others. One of the qualities I admire most about Emily is her humility. She walks with grace and ensures that others feel seen. Mimi, thank you for being one of the most genuine people I know and inspiring me to live authentically.
Good evening. My name is Addison Griffin, and I'm here to share one of my favorite qualities of one of my favorite people. You see, Emily and I bonded over Minecraft YouTubers in 5th grade, and that friendship continued to grow through the years. Many of you know Emily from her dedication, humor, intelligence, and humility. But what really stands out to me is her perseverance. Her ability to stay true to herself in tough situations, even with tough people, is a trait that should be admired by everyone. Emily's character and success, whether it be academics or social, can be accredited to her perseverance. Every day isn't a good day, but Emily can be found with a smile on her face and a want to make a new friend, or with the drive that pushes her onto the next stage of her life. While the stage of her life might be ending, I know that Emily's character will forever persevere and her authenticity will shine.
My name is Deacon Hurd. This is the grandpa moment. And I already feel inadequate. I don't know how to do the Cupid shuffle, but I didn't see anybody out there doing the moonwalk for the James Frank. I know I don't look it, but I graduated from high school in 1960. I wasn't in the FFA, but all of my buddies were, and about all they did was deal with cows and pigs and horses. There were no girls. That certainly been a big change, and it's offered a lot of opportunities to people like my granddaughter, who participated in most all of the FFA activities that have been offered. While I'm here, I want to thank her advisors, Mr. and Ms. Riley, and the teachers at Louisiana High School who allowed Emily so much time to be away from school. Been a long 4 years, and we hate to see her go, but she's really been, brought a lot of recognition to herself and to her school and to her chapter. At this time, I want to introduce my granddaughter, who I'm very proud of. She's the 25 area 2 state vice president in Nevils.
She said she doesn't care if it's the song that she started. I love y'all. It's poppin'. Let's go. The speakers rang out over Mount Ida, Arkansas. My lip gloss is poppin', my lip gloss is cool. Thousands of campers lined the football fields to watch the infamous Ozark Idol competition. It was a contest full of nibbled finger guitarists, hilarious comedians, and highly trained gymnasts. Among these contestants was a miniature, chubby, and rambunctious little girl. She wore a sparkly red tutu and a bright blue top, attempting to match the American theme of the night. She sat behind the stage without a single nerve in sight. As the contestants anxiously recited their jokes or practiced their stunts, she twirled her hair and practiced her duck lips. Hearing her name called, she sashayed her way to the center of the stage and began performing a hip-hop solo to Lip Gloss. From running around in circles, doing a one-handed cartwheel, and whopping across the grassy field, she was a star. Cheers poured from the crowd of campers as the little girl amazed them. She was a star. Eventually, that little girl would be named the 2016 Ozark Idol champion. Known always as the girl who danced to lip gloss, she became a recognized face in the Camp Ozark community. She was a legend. However, those 2 weeks of fame differed sharply from the persona she played at home. She felt compelled to hide behind the mask of the sophisticated, quiet person people expected her to be. Mimi was her true self, yet she failed to ever accept that authenticity. For a long time, I believed that those who acted in silence are much more effective than those who are outspoken. Sometimes this may be true. There can be strength in quiet, and certainly there's ease in conformity. A red tutu and duck lips might not have accomplished much at home, but I was allowing conformity to dictate my life. When I wanted to talk about my latest music obsession, I would quickly dim my interests to talk about the most popular song. If asked my opinion on a topic, I immediately shied away and blamed my silence on the lack of knowledge. If you were to ask me if the sky was green, I'd probably give you an excited yes for fear of rejection. Approval mattered so much more than just being myself. While I settled in the ease of conformity, I lost real opportunities to build real connections. Dancing on that stage, I never sought out the approval of others, nor needed it to fulfill my happiness. I was simply Mimi, an outspoken, boisterous, and opinionated little girl. This genuine sense of self opened new doors for connection and confidence. However, I didn't realize that until I sought out my community of authenticity at home. Living in a small town can be both a blessing and a curse. Sure, it's amazing to know everyone at the El Patio or even see your teachers around town. Or knowing every classmate's name and then their parents' name and their parents' name and even their parents' name. I think you get the point. My personal favorite aspect is reading all of the Facebook mom drama over t-ball or dance recitals. Aside from this facade of a close-knit community, we're limited in the freedom of choice. It's difficult to find our real community since we're grouped with people from a young age. Stuck with the same people, we fail to develop a sense of identity or even self-worth. That is why it is invaluable to rely on our individuality to seek out authenticity in others. While we're thinking about authenticity in our community, I want to play a little game that I've titled Love versus Love. There are so many things that we notice about people right away. Their hair, their clothes, their demeanor, whatever it is. These are the traits that we love about people. We rely on them to build conversation and connection. Then, there are the true qualities that we genuinely enjoy about others. It could be their honesty, their loyalty, or continued kindness. All of these traits deal with authenticity. Unlike our hair or our clothes, these values cannot be replicated. According to Merriam-Webster, love is described as an intense feeling of deep affection or deep interest and pleasure in something. Is that really it? To me, love is authentically accepting all the parts that we cannot see. Let's take a look at my good friend Autumn. I immediately connected with her ability to make bloom bracelets and her bubbly personality, the initial traits that I loved about her. Yet, it was her enthusiasm for animals and her genuine kindness that brought us together. Or maybe Jaden, a Bipsteel FFA member whose passion for FFA started our connection. Yet, It was his excitement for growing his chapter and his willingness to try new things that allowed us to bond over so much more. Or even the freak out moment I had with Blakely over having the same favorite number, #37. We immediately bonded over something so silly, yet I began to admire her outgoing nature, compassion, and ability to shine light onto others. Reflect on the real reasons we love others. Don't allow the surface level traits to dim the joy of loving all the parts we cannot see. Authenticity serves as the basis for all of these friendships. These members showcase genuine action and how loving oneself can inspire others to accept themselves. When we commit to loving our individuality, authenticity becomes greater than our desire for approval. Authenticity has always been a core value in my life, thanks to my grandfather, Dickie Hurd. Poppy, as I referred to him, is a man who's lived a life full of unwarranted action and free of judgment. From hearing stories of quadrille racing, jamming out to James Brown, or even reading the journals on our crazy family history, Poppy has never failed to showcase his genuine self. Now, I'm going to let everyone in on a Hurd family secret. It's a place that we call the Little House, although everything in it is much larger than life. With its coral walls, Chinese statues, and vine-covered fencing, the house breathes life in and out of it. And it's one of my grandfather's most prized possessions. Within the house are collectibles, costumes, trinkets, and booklets of a niche history. A suitcase full of wigs, wood duck carvings, journals of doodles, a booger mask, and eccentric costumes. The Little House has everything that you would never think of. This house serves as a token of uniqueness in all of us. Authenticity is everywhere, yet we allow the desire for approval to cloud over it. We can choose to be in communities of everlasting support and acceptance, yet we keep falling short. Through each object in Poppy's house, he's found a new community to belong to, that of boxing fanatics, Bigfoot clans, and even Winfield historians. By embracing his niche interests, Poppy has become a respected and loved figure in our community. People often compliment his talent for storytelling or his ability to find these knickknacks in the first place. They especially love his optimism towards life and his willingness to connect. Sure, the people were amazed by his knickknacks, but they loved the man inside so much more. The community didn't love him for his trinkets. They loved him for his ability to pour life into them. Poppy has never crumpled under the pressure of acceptance. We should all strive to do the same. That little girl in the red tutu never allowed the pressures of society to dim her glow. Instead, she relied on her outgoing nature to inspire others and become a friend to all. Autumn, Jaden, and Blakely relied on their individuality to build lasting connections and will continue to impact so many. And Poppy, a man full of so many hysterical stories and everlasting wisdom. A man who never succumbed to small town life and was able to build his own community of authenticity. These people embody what it truly means to be our most authentic selves. The pressures of society may attempt to subdue our individuality. In a world without authenticity, how are we to ever have original ideas, think differently, or even create conversation? We have to remain grounded in ourselves to inspire others to be their most authentic selves. Once again, our commitment to authenticity has to be greater than our desire for approval. We all embrace characteristics and trinkets that make us unique. For me, my Ozark Idol trophy stands as a token of my authenticity. Autumn's loom bracelets or the number 37 for Blakely stand as symbols of their ability to connect. Poppy's little house stands as a token of uniqueness in all of us. Now is the time for you to find your trinkets. Hold on to the values and ideals that make you, you, and rely on them for connection. Because in a world that often pushes us to blend in, it's our trinkets that remind us to stand out.
And I saw my reflection in snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can a child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life?
Emily, Mimi, Memalicious, Memesters, the Nevs, our genius and one of my best friends. Thank you for giving so much of your heart to this year's service. From your unwavering work ethic, your infectious spirit, and your need to always make someone laugh, we couldn't have asked for more. From your impeccable outfits to your crazy fire music taste, and everything in between, especially the Taco Bell love. We truly have been so honored to be your teammate. We love you so much. Side by side or miles apart, we've always been together. Right here. Well, Emily, Jasmine, John, Mariana, Greg, Caleb, Lay, and Kinsey. Louisiana FFA for the final time, your 2024 through 2025 State Vice President representing Area 2, Emily Nevils.